Okay, we're recording, hopefully.
So if that's the case and you are watching this on whatever platform this gets uploaded to, welcome to this presentation of Fargo North basketball. We have the nightcap of the Fargo North, West Fargo Cheyenne home doubleheader here in the Spartan Dome, and we lost connection halfway through the first game that we did here. Very unexpectedly, the internet in the dome, really throughout the school, I believe, just went out. So we were not able to finish. We were not able to finish the way we would have liked. So the Spartans will be coming into this game trying to get their fourth win on the season. 3-9 overall and 3-8 as you see here in the EDC. Sheyenne already up to 10 wins overall and 9-2 in conference play. The two losses this season coming at the hands of South in their second game of the season and to West Fargo a few games ago. Recently their last game was against Fargo South and they had to go to overtime to get that one done. Seeing other results across the EDC. Devils late game, their other win. Sheyenne is pretty much an offensive juggernaut, it seems as if this season. Their first four games, they scored 74, 66, 68, and 69. But ever since they got, I believe this is the correct pronunciation of the name, Christian Kuntz, they have been on an absolute tear offensively. They've only scored under 85 points once in their last 7 games. They've scored 97, 104, 91, 97, 101, and 87. That South game that went to overtime. Those stats on the screen that you see are official through 12 games. Keaton Hogue, the team leader in points per game. Sawyer Kenny trailing him. Hogue, the team leader in rebounds, assists, and Hyatt Martineau, you see there, that steals per game number should be higher. Hogue, rather, he has 3.1 steals per game. That's first in the Eastern Dakota Conference. Conversely for the Mustangs, they are led by a three-headed monster, Christian Kuntz. Zach Westfall, the EDC's leader in points per game at 23.1. And hopefully this name is correct as well. Kamal Hyrich, averaging 13 points and 11.6 rebounds as just a 6'4" player. So we'll get to meet the teams in a couple minutes, or rather, much less a couple minutes, more like a couple seconds. Spartans coming off a 22-point road loss to Devils Lake.
That was a shocker.
As Devils Lake must have really did their homework on the Spartans. The two players that lit them up in the first meeting, Sawyer Kenny and Keaton Hogue, only combined for 9 points in the loss for Fargo North. Lane Anderson is the team's leader in scoring, and that usually does not bode well for this team. So we'll see what ends up happening here tonight against this offensive juggernaut that is the Sheyenne Mustangs. No national anthem here, and we're going to get right into the starting lineups.
For tonight's East Region Boys basketball matchup featuring the guests on the scoreboard, the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. And the home team on the scoreboard, your Fargo North Spartans. The North Dakota High School Activities Association and the EDC encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student
quick whiff about Christian Kuntz averaging 20 points a game in only 7 games
as high school student athletes, we commit to fair play
so far this season.
And respect, we invite you to support this effort.
No coincidence that when he's been in the lineup, they've been able to produce.
Alice Clark.
As the cheerleaders get introduced once again, Kuntz, the team's leader in assists per game, despite playing in only 7 games. The team's leader in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and free throw percentage.
Rachel Ryan.
Zach Westfall averaging over 23 points a game, shooting above 50% from the field and 41% from downtown.
Haley Kowski. Haley Morris. Isabella Monroe. Alan Francis.
So we are about to meet the teams.
and Beyonce Van Dahl. The Mustangs cheer coaches are Megan Richardson and Jake Brennan. The Spartans cheer coaches, Leah Ramstead. Now the starting lineup for both teams. First for the Mustangs, at guard, a junior, number 0, Christian Kuntz.
So that name thankfully was correct.
For the Spartans at wing, a sophomore, number 1, Carson Critchley. For the Mustangs at guard, a senior, number 1, Keaton Volstead. For the Spartans at guard, a senior, number 10, Hyatt Martineau. For the Mustangs at guard, a senior, number 2, Zach Westphal. For the Spartans at guard, a junior, number 12, Keaton Ho. For the Mustangs at guard, a sophomore, number 22, Tyler Terhart. For the Spartans at wing, a sophomore, number 21, Blaine Anderson. And for the Mustangs at center, a senior, number 32, Kamal Hasherick. And for the Spartans at post, a senior, number 42, Sawyer Payne. The Mustangs head coach is Tom Kirchhofer. He is assisted by Tom Kirchhofer Sr., Tim Pratt, and Dale Hutchinson. The Spartans head coach is Ted Critchley. He's assisted by Ryan Griesler, Sean Phillippe, Paul Zenz, and Matt Peck. Officials for this season's contest are Jesse
Saw a piece last week on the local news about the father-son dynamic in high school basketball in the area. Tom Kirchhofer, the head coach, the son of the assistant Tom Kirchhofer Sr., that dynamic also at Davies, which will be the Spartans' next home game, but we will not be streaming that game or even having access to be in the room for it since BEK will be doing it. Sawyer Kenny against Hajrik on the tip, and the 6'8 Kenny wins it. We're underway from the Spartan Dome. Keaton Hogue will probe the defense, putting it up, and it will drop, and the Spartans are on the board first. Keaton Hogue getting on the board for Fargo North, his first 2 of the night. And out on top, this is Keaton Ballstad feeding for Westfall. Again, 23 points per game so far this season for Westfall. Spartans opening up in a zone as Kuntz feeds the corner inside. Nice move here, scoring on Kenny is Kamal Hajrik. The other way come the Spartans after Hogue's first shot of the game went in. Feeding the corner, this is Blaine Anderson out on top. Back for Hogue, 20 on the shot clock. Martineau a little step back. Over for Blaine Anderson, trying to feed it to Kenny, who has the height advantage against the listed 6'4". Against the listed 6'4" Hajrik, and it does not matter after the block shot. Kenny finishes his first field goal of the night. Here's a 3 right away and a miss, and it's going to be corralled by Martineau, and a suicide pass taken away by Kuntz, and a nifty dish over to the big man inside. It's Hajrik. As you see the playmaking ability of Kuntz, the team's leader in assists per game. Another steal, it looks like, and now a foul will be called on Hogue. So it'll be going the other way as Hogue was not allowing Kuntz to get to the ball. Actually, they gave that to Critchley, my bad. Both players have ones in their jerseys, so it's 4-4 here in the opening couple minutes of the game. Kuntz feeding the corner. Working it back around. Westfall's got a good 3-point shot. Hajrik feeding Kuntz, driving baseline. Back to the other side. A 3 is going to rattle out, rebounded by Critchley. And it's nearly taken away by Ballstad. Martineau picks it up and brings it the other way. Keaton Hogue, nice show and go. The long 2 is long. Whether it's off, rebounded, and brought back the other way. Westfall will draw a foul as he goes up aggressively, and that's the second foul already on Carson Critchley. So Westfall will shoot a pair. Carson Critchley with 2 fouls. He's the most foul-prone of the Spartans. So Blaine Anderson will come in, and he'd already checked out of the game for Griffin Carlson. Westfall's second free throw rattles home.
Griffin Carlson also in the game for the Spartans.
Spartans out on top and feeding Griffin Carlson in the corner. His 3 is off. Kenny trying to get the rebound. It was deflected, I believe, off of a Mustang, and it is indeed out off Cheyenne. So new 35 after the long 3. And the Spartans will have it out of the inbound. Hyatt Martineau up top. These passes have not been very crisp early on. Mustangs trying to play the passing lane right now. Martineau creating space on Westfall, can't make the jumper, and it's rebounded by Ballstad. Pulling up is Ballstad. Outside for Christian Kuntz, the 6'1" junior guard. Westfall, the senior, pulls back now with 20 to shoot. Westfall using his speed to get past Anderson, threw up a tough shot. Inside, it's going to be put in. How about that? Right place, right time, Kamal Hazrick. And it's now 8-4. He's now got, I believe, 6 points, if I'm not mistaken, early on. And it is 6 points for Hazrick. Nearly taken away by Kuntz. Keaton Hogue has an open look at a 3. It's no good, and Anderson is going to commit a foul here. Being too aggressive going for the rebound. Cameron Blazek's going to come in after the timeout. Called by Ted Critchley. Spartans trying to get aligned here offensively, as they have not been making the safest of passes.
Tonight's athletic trainer on duty is JD, John Garland. Thanks again, JD, and Sanford Health Sports Medicine.
Just thinking that all of a sudden it's going to pop back on.
That's definitely the hope right now. The internet failing us in the first game, having to do the entire second half pretty much solely for the purpose of YouTube. The internet just completely failing us. Cheyenne, a quick stat we want to get into throughout this game as play will resume. Cheyenne's magic number this season in terms of points scoring, is 70. When they get to 70, they usually win. In fact, they're undefeated when they get to 70. They're 2-2 in games that they do not crack 70. It's only happened once since Christian Kuntz has been in the lineup. Zach Westfall up top. Lost it. Now a nice feed inside, and it's going to be a foul called on Kenny as Ballstad went up. It is going to be on Kenny. Already the 4th team foul on Fargo North. Keaton Ballstad, 5'10" senior. First free throw goes in. Just 2 for 5 on the season coming in on free throws. Averaging just over 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. Second free throw also in for Ballstad. 10-4 early on. Cameron Blazek has it on top as this Cheyenne defense creating more pressure, just like the girls team showed in the earlier game before this one. However, it will stay with the Spartans with 24 to shoot. A couple substitutions being made here. Spartans trying to get set up here. Critchley thought wiser of making a risky pass. Cameron Blazek got fouled on the floor. It's the first against Cheyenne of the night. And will go on 22. The big board here says 42, but it'll go on 22 Tyler Terhart. There is a 42 on the Mustang roster. He's just not on the floor. Carson Critchley wants a 3, no, but a nice rebound there from Cameron Blazik. Critchley probes the defense and scores on the floater. Carson Critchley's first 2 of the night. Not only is he the most foul prone, he also does not have one of the highest percentages on the team either from the field. Blazik with the steal, leading to the layup from Hyatt Martineau. Just like that, the Spartans are now down by 2. Critchley and Martineau getting on the board for the first time on the last 2 Spartan possessions. Here's Kuntz, a long 3 goes in. His first of the night, and now a timeout will be called on the other side by Kirchhoffner. An interesting timeout decision, maybe wanting to stress even more pressure. First bucket of the night, though, for Christian Kuntz. At least what I predicted earlier before this game started, doing preparation for this one, I expected to see a lot of zone. Did not expect to see the Spartans put up much of an effort in the zone department. Figuring to see a lot of Cheyenne zone when the Spartans were on offense. They're going to come up and trap here. And it's taken right away. A perfect pass for Ballstad, hit him right in stride, and he lays it in. Keaton Ballstad, his first field goal. They want to create more opportunities like that. Create those awkward passes. The Spartans converted there. Nearly stolen. Now Blazik feeds Critchley. They need him to make some threes, and he makes one here. A big shot here early on, proving that he can make them right now. Critchley coming into this one, just a 28% shooter from behind the stripe. And beyond the arc, rather. Was not the right basketball lingo term to use. Here's Terhart putting this one in, his first 2 of the night. Martineau, nice move to get across half court. Critchley wants 2 more, rattles out, and the rebound inside by Hajrik. Westfall wanting to push. Terhart shows the 3. Critchley stays home defensively, and they'll pull back up. Terhart wants the 3 this time, and Critchley comes up with the tap to Blazik, and he got fouled on the play by Terhart. So that's his second foul of the first half. Plenty of substitutions being made here as the Mustangs not too deep into this game, leading 17-11. Risky pass. Now Anderson feeding for the big fella Kenny outside. A 3 by Griffin Carlson is no good, and coming up with the rebound is Chuck Dubois. Now the other way, it's going to be good, and the foul for Christian Kuntz. Christian Kuntz, a 20-point-per-game scorer, has an opportunity to extend his early success. Had a 3 not long ago. Now he has a chance to get another one. Push this lead up to 9, and it goes. The best free throw percentage on the team at 81. Westfall not too far behind him at 77. Those numbers some of the best in the Eastern Dakota Conference. Critchley against Kuntz, tried to feed it inside to Kenny, and he got hit up top. Looked like he got hit in the face. He was clutching near his nose. No whistle, but it'll stay here with 22 seconds on the shot clock. They seal off Kenny, but they leave Carlson open, and a foul is called here. And it's going to be on Elijah Charles, who just checked in the game. So Griffin Carlson's going to shoot 3 free throws here. 8 of 11 on the season coming into this one. First free throw is good. mentioned this at least I mentioned this in the girls' game before this. One of the Cardinals' sins of playing defense, fouling a three-point shooter. Carlson short on the second. Sure, he missed the shot, but it's still an opportunity for the shooter to take 3 attempts at the basket without anybody guarding him. And he misses 2 of them. Good box out there on Kenny. Now the other way, trying to get 2 right back is Kuntz. It's missed, and the rebound taken by the Spartans. Cross-court pass, feeding for Hogue, driving in, trying to get some contact. It's going to rattle in. How about that finish from Keaton Hogue? His second bucket of the night. Now nearly stolen by Critchley, and Critchley better be careful. He almost committed his 3rd foul of the first half. Mustangs will pull up now. Team of slashers, nobody on this roster listed above 6'4". They want to play fast and play on the perimeter. As this is taken away by Hyatt Martineau, he has Hogue with him. Back for Martineau, and he got fouled. That ball got sent quite a ways out of bounds, but a foul will be called on Kuntz. And Hyatt Martineau's got an opportunity to put 2 in here. Martineau, a 69% free throw shooter on the season. Got the first one. 20-15. 10:07 remaining in the first half. That's also off, and Kenny commits his second foul. Trying to bring in a rebound. Tried to slap the rebound out, and
ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Students who are being recognized at halftime, make sure you gather on the east side of the gymnasium.
So it looks like we'll be having some halftime presentation again here. This time it'll be, I believe, for... There's a leaflet here in our program as Westfall tried to shut the lights out of the Spartan Dome with a 3. Spartans could not take advantage as Holler couldn't catch the pass. In our handouts on the programs that we have, they are honoring the athletes that earned all state honors, state tournament qualifiers, other honors earned by Fargo North students this season in their activities. Great ball movement. It's going to be put inside and good for Elijah Charles. 22-15 off the solid passing. Blazik got fouled on a shot. He will be shooting 2. Charles just picked up his second foul, I believe. That is indeed his second. So Cameron Blazik's now going to shoot a pair, just 5 of 12 on the season from the stripe. Swishes the first one through. The first half he had against Valley City at the beginning of the month was one of the most impressive performances, arguably, of the season for a Spartan player. He gets both of them to go. Spartans able to keep up here, down by 5. Still sitting in a 2-3 zone. The pass inside and falling over. We got a whistle here, and it's going to be going the other way, it looks like. Yep, it will indeed be a foul on Hajrik. The announcer just called his name Hajarik, so there's another syllable in there. So hopefully that's correct. I'll be using that one the rest of the way. Hyatt Martineau taking a screen from Critchley. He's got Westfall guarding him. Blazik, nice move to get open from mid-range. No. Martineau fighting for the rebound. And it's taken now by Blake Berg, number 3. Berg feeding it back outside. Or Westfall. Saw the Spartans 2-3 zone throughout the night give Joe Pistorius of West Fargo some troubles. Haven't seen Westfall really take over this game so far at all. Martineau trying to get the ball here, and he does get the ball for the Spartans. Nice play to keep it in bounds. And now Blazik goes to the rim and finishes. Nice play by the Spartans. And now the ball rattles over by the hallway. The clock continued to run. An alert play by one of the kids there, just patrolling the back of the gym. Seemed like there wasn't much of an effort from the Sheyenne player to go get it. Kuntz feeding inside for Dubois, missing, rebounded by Keaton Hogue. And here he comes speeding down the lane. He pulls up, ran into Holler. Now he finds himself wide open and missed. And the rebound taken by Hajrik. 22-19 here in the first half. Spartans managing to stay close here so far. Westfall trying to take charge here. A foul will be called on the floor, so it'll be a foul on Keaton Hogue, it looks like, number 12. Hogue's first, and it'll be a 1-and-1 because it's the 7th team foul on the Spartans. Westfall to the stripe. Just 2 points so far in this game, both of them on free throws. First free throw good, 77% from the line coming in. He now has 3. And Westfall's second free throw switches through. 5-point lead now, 7.5 remaining in the first half. Keaton Hogue against Westfall, nearly turned it over to Kuntz. Now inside to Kenny, trying to post up against their other big man, Hajrik, and it's taken the other way. Kuntz feeding the corner. Zach Westfall from the corner in his sleep. He makes those shots. And Westfall's first field goal of the night. Now back the other way. Spartans trying to retaliate. Martineau feeding it back outside for Carlson, turning around, banking it in off the glass. Good finish from Griffin Carlson. Back down to a 6-point lead now. Ballstad, big jab step. Chose to do nothing with it. Kuntz for Westfall, guarded by Blazik in the corner of this 2-3 zone. And the Mustang bench screaming for a timeout. They will get it. Kirchhoffner granted a full timeout with 6:31 remaining in the first half. Another interesting time to call a timeout at this point in the game.
Students are being recognized at halftime. Should gather on the east side of the gym with about 5 minutes left in the first half. Thank you.
So we are still not getting any internet connection here. So it looks as if for the moment we're still not going to be going live at any point. Very interesting time that it went out though was at halftime of the girls game. So we're going to play on now. Zach Westfall trying to manipulate the defense with some dribble moves, and it's going to be a 3 for Keaton Ballstad. His first 3 of the game. Martineau feeding for Cameron Blazik, having to handle the ball more. Griffin Carlson, a 3, it's short. Rebounded by Kuntz, and here he comes with speed, trying to go through the defense, and he got fouled on a shot attempt. And it's going to be on Ho, that's his second. The 8th team foul on Fargo North as well, so Christian Kuntz, 81%, will shoot a pair of free throws yet again.
2 shots.
And these will be his first free throws of the night. Switches the first one home.
Substitutions back in with the Spartans number 1, Carson Christian, number 21, Blaine Anderson.
Christian Kuntz, one of the leaders in free throw percentage in the Eastern Dakota Conference. Would get confirmation, but we don't have any internet right now in the building. Certainly with a percentage like 81, he's up there. Critchley's 3 is off. Sawyer Kenny with a nice gritty rebound. Tries to go back up, can't finish it. And it's going to be out off Fargo North. Spartans not able to come up with the 50-50 ball twice. Feeding the middle, trying to break down this zone, and they do so almost successfully. A miss from the corner, rebounded inside, and more second chances here. Terhardt shows the three, goes to the rim, and they finish the possession with a layup. Very nicely done from Tyler Terhardt. Now 34-21. Keaton Hogue wants to respond with three, and he'll have three. Keaton Hogue with a big shot here. His first three of the night. It's now back down to 10. Westfall trying to get open against the zone. Defended by Critchley inside. Flipping it up and laying it in is Kamal Hajrik. Back up to a 12-point lead. Martineau pass fake for Critchley. Long two is in. Carson Critchley, another perimeter jump shot. Now Westfall the other way. Offensive foul is called. Hyatt Martineau took the charge. An offensive foul called against Zach Westfall. So the 7th-team foul, so that will mean any common foul on Cheyenne will result in free throws the rest of the half. A defensive effort, though, by Hyatt Martineau. Able to find Kenny here, breaking the press, trying to flip it up, and it got it to go. How about Sawyer Kenny showing his athleticism? Back down inside 10 now is the deficit. Kenny with 4 now on the night. Blake Berg has it, speeds past Martineau and lays it in. Blake Berg's first two. Hyatt Martineau feeding for Carson Critchley, trying to get some action here. They're in man-to-man still. Sawyer Kenny trying to take over for the Spartans, and he got the roll. Another bucket for Sawyer Kenny, up to 6 now in the game. And another layup attempt at the other end. Kenny comes up with the board. Hogue had Blazik, got it to him a little later than maybe the Spartans would have liked, but Blazik will finish anyway. How about Cameron Blazik? His first field goal. He's been very effective on plays like that the last couple games that we've streamed. Down to just a 6-point game. Westfall probing, and a foul will go the other way. They're going to grant another offensive foul on Westfall. That's his second in a row. So the 8th team foul as well. So Westfall, 23 points per game, is going to check out here with 3:19 remaining in the first half. And the Spartans now already with some offensive momentum on their side, trying to add to this. Lane Anderson has it now against Kuntz, outside for Critchley. And it's taken away by Kuntz. And his layup is going to go. Another run-out layup on a cross-court pass that's sniffed out by Christian Kuntz. Carson Critchley for 3, in and out. And taken the other way now by Terhardt. Had a man behind him, didn't see him. Terhardt stops and misses. Blazik comes up with the board. Keaton Hogue stops for 3, got it. Keaton Hogue, a 3. His feet just outside the 3-point line. A maybe questionable shot in practice, but he still is able to get it to go. Kuntz against Anderson, may have pushed off. Back outside. Great extra passing by the Mustangs. It's missed and grabbed by Keaton Hogue. Keaton Hogue. Now back for Critchley, who slows it down. Anderson feeds Kenny on the baseline, trying to create. Back outside, Hogue feeling it, misses the 3, and rebounded by Kamal Hajrik. Less than 2 to go here in the first half. Kuntz for 3, got it again. He's such an efficient scorer. He's got another 3-pointer here for the Mustangs. He's been lighting up the scoreboard right now. Cameron Blazik left all alone and he'll score. So the Spartans are able to keep up so far. They're only down by 2 possessions at this point. Blazik up to 5 now here in the first half. Ballstad left open, missing the 3, but the tap goes right to Hajarek and he finishes. These are 2 points that the Spartans cannot afford to just give to the Mustangs. Anderson, nice take, and he'll score. How about the Spartans in the first half? Blaine Anderson getting inside. His first 2. Less than a minute remains here. Still a 2-possession game. Kuntz up top. Met by 2 Spartans. Feeds over for Ballstad. Hajarek trying to get inside position. Blake Berg wants a 3. He missed it. It's going to be tracked down, though, by Hajarek. How about him? Averaging the second most rebounds per game in the EDC. And it's going to stay here as Kenny knocked the ball out of bounds off the missed 3-point attempt. So Sheyenne, if they want to, they can take the last shot of the half.
Once again, students, if you aren't there already, those of you who are being recognized at halftime should already be at the east side of the gym.
So 45-39, trying to get the ball inbounds are the Mustangs. Will they pull up for 1? Looks as if they will. Christian Kuntz standing with the ball. Now he'll dribble it with 10 to shoot. Getting it inside and not finishing is Hajarek, and a foul is going to be called here, so it's going to result in a 1-and-1 here. The foul is going to be called on Tyler Terhark, and I believe that's his 3rd foul of the first half, and it indeed is. So Terhark is going to check out here. Griffin Carlson's now going to shoot free throws. He'll shoot at least 1 here. Spartans trying to get into the locker room with at least a less than 6 deficit. First free throw misses. And now here they come, and they're going to run out of time as the indecision from Hajarek allows them to not even get a shot at the end of the first half. 45-39, Sheyenne in the lead. And now it looks like we indeed will be getting that halftime presentation that they've been talking about. We list in our programs once again all the achievements that these athletes and other activity members earned in the fall season. So we will likely take you to that.
Yeah, I'm going to turn off the recording part here.
Or not.
Oops. Okay, well, I've got the recorder going again here, so if you want to
So we just took a break for halftime. Turns out did not give you that presentation. Spartans managing to stay tough here in the first half. Behind Keaton Hogue with 10 points. Sawyer Kenny had 8. Conversely for the Mustangs, Christian Kuntz had 12, at least from our count. We were 1 point off on our counts for Sheyenne. On their side, so at least from what we have, Christian Kuntz had 12. Ballstad had, looks as if he had 7. Westfall was held to just 7 points from my count. Only made a few free throws in 1 shot, and he picked up 2 fouls late in the first half. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays the rest of the way. Mustangs with it on the arrow to begin the second half, and possession arrow should get flipped here, and it does at the beginning of the half. Christian Kuntz has it up top, and a nice little move to the basket as Hajarek finishes at the rim. Hajarek had 8 in the first half, just picked up his 9th and 10th points. Critchley over for Martineau, the team's best 3-point shooter. Outside for Keaton Hogue. Back outside for Critchley, nearly had it stolen. And trying to feed it inside to Anderson, right idea, but Kuntz comes away with it. Now Westfall through the defense and drew a foul. Picked up 2 offensive fouls in that first half, draws the third on Keaton Hogue. First team foul of the second half as well. They're able to get it inbounds, and immediately almost getting a 3-point opportunity was Ballstad. Clearing it back out, still plenty of time to get something up. Spartans sitting in a 2-3 zone still. Now Hajrik against Kenny, fell down. Awkward shot is no good, and now a jump ball as Kenny tied up Ballstad and will get possession for the Spartans. A bad play there to get the basketball back, and the Spartans capitalize. Make more safe passes like those. Critchley, a little turnaround in the lane, no, but Anderson comes up with the board. Kenny trying to maneuver his way through traffic. Long 2 from Critchley is off, and it'll be going the other way as Blaine Anderson pushed off underneath. So Griffin Carlson's going to check in for somebody. Looks like he checked in for Critchley, actually. Didn't see Critchley come out of the game, but now I look at him and he's sitting on the bench. Spartans yet to score here in the second half, a minute and a half in. Here's Kuntz from the elbow. Good contest from Hogue. It's off the mark, and a foul is going to be called on the attempt from number 3, Blake Berg, in the game. Foul goes on Carlson, and Berg just a 52% free throw shooter, 13 of 25 coming in. This is the first one here. Seemed as if he was a starter considering his points per game average at 8.7 per game, rattling the second one home. He had been averaging 8.7 points per game this season. 34% from downtown also. Inside for Hogue in a tough position, feeding it back for Kenny. An awkward shot got blocked. Now Kenny fighting again. And the Spartans unable to get a basket here early on in the first few minutes of the second half. Westfall's shot is off, and Kenny comes away with the ball. And feeds for Hogue safely. Spartans just in need of 1 basket at this point. Carlson against Berg, muscling his way to the basket. No, Kenny trying to create a second opportunity. Cannot do so. And Christian Kuntz has a 3, and it's good again. How about Christian Kuntz's shooting in this game, forcing a timeout from the Spartans. Another 3 for Kuntz, his 3rd of the night. That pick and roll that they used to begin the second half. Cheyenne out the gates on a 6-0 run. Also at halftime, just like to confirm that there was no sudden revelation of internet. Hadn't been getting it for the last hour plus, so we probably weren't expecting it anyway. Definitely a missed opportunity in that sense. Out of the timeout, Spartans setting up with Keaton, or rather Josh Holler in the game as opposed to Kenny. Holler puts it up and missed. How about the assist unintentionally from Carson Critchley setting up Josh Holler? He's once again a player that does not score a whole lot. Inside, and it's broken up by the Spartans. They come away with a steal here. Now Hogue fakes and shoots a 3. He drilled it. How about Keaton Hogue, his 3rd of the game, off the little jab step move. Now down to a 7-point lead here. Holler just honored at halftime for his efforts as a football player. Missing inside here is Hodrick, and a block from Martineau. Now coming the other way, this is Martineau taking it coast to coast, uncontested. Hyatt Martineau end-to-end playing defense and offense here so far in this little run. Spartans had not been able to hit the broadside of a barn. Now they're starting to get some good looks. And Westfall trying to respond. He misses a layup, and he was standing on the baseline, so it'll be turned over. So how about that? The Spartans, the timeout from Ted Critchley must have done something for them. And all of a sudden, Sheyenne now the one that is struggling to hit shots. 51-46. Pretty well represented crowd that we have here tonight, especially in the upper deck on our side. Josh Holler inside, kick out to Critchley for three. It's good. How about Critchley? How about the Spartans? They keep making shots here in this run. Kuntz feeding the corner. Terhart passes it back. Now Kuntz for Elijah Charles against Holler. He wants a three. It's short. But coming up with the rebound is Dubois. Back outside. And driving and scoring is Christian Kuntz. So there's a bucket for the Mustangs to break a drought. It's now a 4-point game. Keaton Hogue thought he had Charles a little antsy. Blazek dribbling out on top against Kuntz. Charles comes over to help. Blazek feeds the corner for Critchley. Outside for Hogue. Open shot off the rim, and Charles comes up with the rebound. Ballstad now against Hogue. Peels it back. Almost a very lucky three, but it's going to stay here as Blazek was unable to catch the ball and keep it in bounds. Christian Kuntz just looks like a natural scorer. Very fortunate is Sheyenne to have two of those kind of players. Him and Zach Westfall. Ballstad driving baseline, tried to feed it back, and it's turned over. And now Critchley feeding for Martineau, and he will pull up. Feeding for Cameron Blazek, trying to drive in, and he got fouled. And it's going to be on 33.
Following the Mustangs, number 33, Chuck Dubois. That is
it is Dubois, the correct pronunciation. Cameron Blazek's going to shoot a pair here. Trying to add to his solid night so far. First free throw swishes home. Now up to 9 on the night. Second free throw is off. Now heading the other way, trying to get something quick off the missed free throw, and Ballstad does so. Finishes at the rim to make it a 5-point lead now. Cross-court pass for Critchley. His shot has been falling for the most part, but not there. Rebounded by Charles, trying to go end-to-end himself, and he gets called for the charge. Carson Critchley playing defense and drawing the offensive foul on Charles. It's his third personal. How about the effort from the Spartans, trailing by quite a considerable margin here early in the second half. Mustangs in a zone press. Critchley got fouled by Charles. That's another on him. Now one of their bench players is in pretty serious foul trouble. He just picked up his fourth. No immediate substitution. They're leaving the senior out there. Off the inbound, Keaton Hogue for three, no. Cameron Blazek, the offensive rebound, and he got fouled. Cameron Blazek with the effort. We see this game in and game out from Cameron Blazek. He draws the foul on Dubois, and he'll shoot two more. I think this really started, at least from what we've seen, as Blazek nails the first one, at least from what we've been able to see, at least what I've been able to see, Cameron Blazek really started this stretch of gritty play in that Valley City game where he had almost a double-double in the first half, getting about 5 offensive rebounds in that game. Griffin Carlson gets a rebound off a missed free throw, and he can't finish. And a foul will be called on the Spartans. It'll be going the other way. It goes on Carlson. So the Spartans unable to convert on that great effort from Carlson as he picks up his second, and it's the team's 4th. Zach Westfall's back in the game. And if this count's still correct, he only has 7 points. It's going to stay here as Charles lost it out of bounds. And he'll check out with his 4 fouls for Blake Berg. Now off a screen, Spartans close out on Westfall. He has Kenny currently on him. Now Westfall using his speed to the rim, got fouled by Hogue. That'll be 2 free throws for Zach Westfall. That's not a good foul for the Spartans to have. That's Hogue's 4th, and he's been such a good offensive player, especially so far in this second half. Westfall's first free throw is a miss, a rare miss for Zach Westfall. So Hogue is out now, and Martineau and Blaine Anderson return for the Spartans. The best free throw shooters this side of North Dakota. And he just made 1 of 2 to give his team now a 5-point lead. Lobbing it inside for Kenny, underneath the basket, got it to go. Sawyer Kenny with the layup. Now down to a 1-possession game here, with still 11 minutes to play in this second half. What a play drawn up there, and Westfall is going to finish.
Westfall for 2.
Zach Westfall trying to get him going in this game. Very good play design drawn up by the Kirchhoffners. Critchley tried the extra pass for Kenny, and now here comes Ballstad, a little indecisive. Just handed it off for Westfall, and they'll slow it down. Ballstad was caught in between wanting to shoot the ball and pass it. This time the Spartans shut off the backdoor cut. Terhart inside got hounded by Spartans, and he got fouled, and it's going to be on Critchley. It's his 3rd personal in the 6th team, so any foul on the Spartans after this will be free throws. Tyler Terhart's going to shoot a 2 shots, rather, almost a 1-and-1. Drilled the first one.
In for the Spartans, number 24.
Team's making substitutions. Christian Kuntz, definitely one of the MVPs of this game, back in. Been an absolute menace in this game for the Spartans to defend. Both free throws good. Now a 7-point lead for the Mustangs. Martineau pulls up and found Kenny. Good bounce pass for Anderson, and he got fouled aggressively from Berg. Will result in a pair of free throws. Indeed, the foul is on Berg officially.
Number 3, Blake Berg.
That's his first foul, and Blaine Anderson's now going to shoot.
2 shots.
A 2-shot foul. First free throw is no good. Anderson just a 42% free throw shooter coming into the game. Spartans trying to at least cut this deficit to 2 possessions, banking in the second one. And now the other way, they will not get the 2. It will be a foul on Sawyer Kenny here as Zach Westfall attacks and gets 2 free throws. That's Kenny's 3rd.
Zach Westfall at the line.
And the 17th foul, so Westfall will send his 77% stat line back to the line. He makes the first. Second free throw is off again, another miss. Still considered a rarity in high school if you're a 77% free throw shooter to miss 2 that close to each other. Anderson a lot of trouble, turned it over. Christian Kuntz feeds ahead for Terhardt, who finishes, and an immediate timeout from Carson Critchley, rather Ted Critchley, the father. And it'll be a full, as Cheyenne's now up by 3 possessions. That last replay still amazes me how Critchley, just the presence of mind to just tap it back to Josh Holler. Spartans have been playing really well in the early stages of the half. Still plenty of basketball to play. Definitely a key moment in this game, though. Cheyenne's scoring power and only 7 points away from reaching the 70-point mark. Mentioned earlier in the game, they are 8-0 when they score 70 or more. And certainly trying to avoid a road upset here is Cheyenne, the 3rd best team in the EDC, already with a victory over Davies in their gym this season. One of their 2 losses coming to West Fargo and the other one coming to Fargo South. Kenny standing with it. Now the Spartans getting set up here. Martineau feeding inside to Kenny, tries to body his defender and finishes at the rim. Sawyer Kenny with another basket. Spartans sticking with the zone. Christian Kuntz for 3. He does not get the roll. The rebound is inside by the Spartans off the miss from Hajrik. And now coming the other way is Keaton Hogue. Crosses over to his left, comes back the other way, and finishes. Nice move by Keaton Hogue. Big bucket for him as he tries to stay in this game with just already 4 fouls rather. Only a 5-point deficit. Terhardt for Westfall, covered by Griffin Carlson, maybe given too much space in Westfall's mind. They had the extra possession, but Hogue takes it away. He'll drive in, almost a spectacular finish. It's off the mark, and now Westfall comes the other way. Count it, and 1. Zach Westfall gets the bucket and the foul. He'll go to the line for 1 shot, the 8th team foul on the Spartans. And it's on Hyatt Martineau, and it's his first.
Westfall shooting 1 shot.
Now Westfall to give his team a 9-point lead, or rather an 8-point lead back. Martineau and Kenny with some miscommunication on who should take the ball out. Once again, still plenty of basketball, and the Spartans have played really well in this game. Do they have another couple runs in them? Kuntz nearly ripped it away from Carlson. Now Kenny has it and found nobody to back down, so he goes up and he got fouled. Does not appear to be a shooting foul. No, it's not a shooting foul. It's on Hajrik. It'll be his 2nd foul, so they just called it interesting. They actually called that a shooting foul even after the initial washout of the shot. Sawyer Kenny will make the first free throw anyway. I saw one of the officials wash out a shot, but they still granted a shooting foul anyway. Kenny switches them both. He's really improved on his free throws this season. Kuntz trying to go the other way, and Kenny says no. The Spartans couldn't keep it in bounds, so it'll stay here. The 6'8" Kenny getting his length in the game now. And Christian Kuntz not on the same page with his teammate as he throws it to one of his teammates on the bench instead. So a 2-possession game now. The Spartans getting a turnover, and can they capitalize on this one? Make it a 4 or a 3-point game with a bucket, and Kuntz rips it away. Christian Kuntz being a pest and finishes at the rim. Big game from Christian Kuntz. At about 12 at halftime and adding on to that total here in the second half. Been averaging exactly 20 points a game coming in. He's only been playing in 7 games. Martineau outside for Carlson. Gathers himself. Hogue down inside 10 to shoot now. Spartans needing to get something up. Kenny goes up and it's going to count and one. Sawyer Kenny with the bucket and the harm. So it'll be a free throw for Kenny. As now the score correctly reads 68-62. The foul was on Hajrik. It's his third. Also the 17th foul, and Kenny switches it to give the Spartans now a 5-point deficit. There's still plenty of time once again in this game. Under 7.5 remaining. Cheyenne setting up. Westfall had it taken away by Kenny, and he throws it down. Sawyer Kenny with the highlight off the steal, just like he did in the season opener against Devils Lake. This time he was able to catch himself well. That ought to get this bench fired up for the Spartans. And back the other way, Kuntz almost put it in. That would have been a big crowd silencer if there was a big crowd in terms of yelling. Christian Kuntz nearly with an acrobatic finish on an and one. The foul is going to be on Martineau. Christian Kuntz now with a quiet gym to shoot his free throws in, makes the first. Sawyer Kenny is actually checking out of the game. He actually hurt himself on the dunk, it seems. So he's getting attention now from a trainer. So how will that affect the Spartans' play now after such an emotional moment? Second free throw is good as it rattles home. Josh Haller checked in his place for Kenny. Now Martineau feeding for Hogue. Back for Martineau, taking the screen. He got two defenders in the air, and that's going to be an and one for Martineau. What a fake from Hyatt Martineau. He had the whole defense looking silly, and he's got an opportunity to make it a three-point play. And the foul is actually going to be on their big man. It's on Hajrik. It's his fourth, so he's going to have to sit out for a little bit. So that's going to make things interesting here, especially if Sawyer Kenny can return. The free throw from Martineau's good. It's just a 2-point game. But keep in mind, Sheyenne has reached its magic number of 70. Will we see that trend come to an end? Westfall has it against Hogue. Blazek switches on him. Berg against Haller, flies by, can't hit. Haller the rebound, and the Spartans can tie or take the lead on this possession. Hogue to the basket, got it to go. We are tied. 70 all here in the Spartan Dome. And the crowd better get on its feet right now and appreciate what they're seeing right now. What a game we are seeing right now in the Spartan Dome. A foul is going to be called on the floor here, and it's going to be on, it's on Critchley rather. It's not on Martineau. It's also the 10th team foul, so it's going to result in 2 free throws, and Critchley just committed his 4th. So it'll be on Tyler Terhark. Rather, Tyler Terhark shooting the free throws and gives his team the lead back.
Jeffrey Carlson back in for the Spartans.
And after an emotional moment like that, we are still dead silent in this gym. I can't believe it. Second free throw's good, and a timeout's going to be taken by the Mustangs. Tom Kirchhoffner calls a timeout, probably deservedly so, and the Spartan side of the crowd is giving them, some are giving them a standing ovation, which I believe is well deserved. Playing arguably one of their best games of the season, maybe even their entire best game of the season. Still plenty of basketball, still obviously 6:05 to go, but with the kind of firepower that the Mustangs have shown to have, arguably even deeper than what we saw from West Fargo, as Joe Pistorius in that game was largely their only option. And even he struggled. Held the Packers in that game to a season low in terms of points scored in a game at the time. So anything can happen, it seems as we've been shown to believe on this floor. (72-70), Spartans with the ball, and once again the chance to tie or take the lead. We'll see what adjustments Kirchhoffner makes out of this timeout. They are now in zone. Martineau for Griffin Carlson. Cameron Blazik has it, and it's taken away by Christian Kuntz. And he almost was able to slam it down. He finishes at the rim. Exactly what the Spartans wanted to avoid out of that timeout. And to avoid run-out layups like that. Martineau for three. Got it! Hyatt Martineau makes it a one-point game. His first three of the night. It took him that long to get, it took the Spartans that long to get their best three-point shooter a good look. 1 point game here with 5:16 remaining in the ball game. Westfall, no, but a foul. And that's going to be on Kenny, and that's going to be problematic. Sawyer Kenny just picked up his fourth, with still over 5 minutes remaining in this one. So Critchley now has four, Kenny now has four, Hogue has four. Fouls are piling up right now on the Spartans, even more so than Cheyenne. The first free throw is good from Westfall. Ryan Reynolds of Cheyenne is now in the game, number 11. Obviously no relation to the Hollywood Star. Second free throw from Westfall is good. It's now a 3-point lead. Sawyer Kenny is back in the game. But can the Spartans pull through this adversity of having so many players with 4 fouls at this stage in the game? They've gone on such an emotional run to get it to this point. Critchley in the corner, closed out. Great pass inside to Kenny, and one! Sawyer Kenny, what a finish at the rim. He's got an opportunity to tie the game here with a free throw. What a fun game we have here. Kenny can tie this thing with a free throw. And the senior nails it. We're still tied at 76. Qualistad now pulling up for Cheyenne. Under 5 to go. Hogue better be careful. Nearly committed his 5th on Westfall. Kuntz guarded by Martineau, switching on his Blazik, and he commits a foul. So that's going to be 2 more free throws for Christian Kuntz. And it's Blazik's surprisingly first foul. I believe he was probably the last Spartan to be afflicted with a foul in this game. So Kuntz's first one is short. The 81%er misses one. Now Reynolds checks out and Du Bois comes back in. They're not wanting to risk bringing back Kamal Hajrik, still with even 4 minutes and change remaining. As he's their most important interior player, and both free throws were missed from Kuntz. Kenny comes up with the board. The Spartans can take the lead here with a bucket. Critchley. Hogue wants 3. Missed it. And boxing out is Du Bois. He picks up the rebound. Now here come the Mustangs the other way. And they get it to their best player, Westfall, who settles it down. Kuntz for Du Bois. Poked away by Martineau. It'll stay here with 21 on the clock and 4:01 remaining in regulation.
Well, you suppose you would have a few viewers if this was on live here?
We're going to get a timeout as Ballstad did not get the ball inbounds. Great inbound defense. More standing ovations on our left. We're tied at 76.
The best game of the season, the best night of having the cube actually work, and then
all for naught
whole
at
internet
this
goes
point.
down.
But at least those who are still watching this game on playback are getting a classic. Last time these teams played, it was a 9-point Sheyenne win. In a very similar scenario, only the Mustangs were ahead by more at halftime. The Spartans were able to cut it close, and at least from the looks of it, the Mustangs managed to pull away with free throws. Westfall had only 15 points in that game. It was before Christian Kuntz was in the lineup. Blake Berg had 13, Hajrik had 12. Also had 11 rebounds in that game. Terhark had 10. We got a classic here in the Spartan Dome tonight. Westfall through traffic, puts it up over Kenny and scores. Big bucket. And the lead is now back over to Sheyenne. Now Hogue to Kenny. Nice fake, and he got fouled by Dubois. And the senior's going to shoot 2 more free throws. It's Dubois' third foul as well, so the players that they've had to try to match up against Kenny are slowly getting beaten up in the post. Kenny's first free throw is off. An unfortunate miss, as this one would have had a chance to bring it to a tie. Kenny will at least make the second one. 78-77. Again, the magic number in this game for Sheyenne this season's been 70. They have not lost when scoring more than 70. The Spartans are giving them a whale of an effort tonight nonetheless. Westfall on the baseline, stepped out. Spartan ball. Great play shutting off the baseline, forcing the turnover. And now the Spartans can take the lead with a bucket. Feeding it back for Hogue. Inside to Blazik. Rejected. Rejected by Kuntz. Now back the other way. Ballstad got fouled. And it's going to be on 12, and that's Hogue's last.
Take a look at that here. That
Falls on the Spartans, number 12.
looked like he jumped out of the way to me.
Very interesting decision, as Hogue is now going to be out of the game for the rest of the way with his 5th foul. So Ballstad's going to shoot a pair of free throws here, despite some angry Fargo North fans to our left. First one is good. Keaton Ballstad. Very limited scoring in this game from him. Second free throw's off, rebound by Martineau. Spartans can still tie the game with a basket. They will not have Hogue on the floor. Carlson has it, trying to avoid that turnover. Nice move to get free. Carlson outside for Blazik. Martineau drives in, missed the layup. Kenny going for the rebound, it's going to stay here. It was knocked out of bounds off a Sheyenne player. And the Spartans will get a new 35 here with 2:45 remaining in the second half. Martineau facing up off the inbound for Blazik, spinning, puts it up, and it's off. Tough shot there, and the rebound by Terhardt. Possessions at this stage of the game ever so critical. Christian Kuntz off a screen against Kenny. Offensive foul. A charge called on Christian Kuntz. And that's his second foul, so it'll just go the other way. And now we will get a timeout called from the Spartans, wanting to set this possession up. As back in for the Mustangs came in Kamal Hajrik. So it'll be interesting to see what the Spartans draw up here with 2:24 remaining in regulation. And actually the students that were in attendance in the lower level are starting to stand up. They realize how important this last stretch of the game is. Also prompted by a "Here we go Spartans" chant from the cheerleaders. Both teams trying to compete for attention right now with their cheerleaders. As both teams brought their cheerleaders, both are leading their respective fans in "Let's Go" chants. So those that did come to this game probably didn't expect the classic that they're getting right now. Definitely well represented on the near side on both Fargo North and Sheyenne. Major possession in this game coming up right now. Here we go. Hyatt Martineau has it, guarded by Westfall. Griffin Carlson against Terhardt, feeding it back. It's deflected out. We'll stay here with 25 to shoot. 2:13 remaining. Who can make the clutch plays at the end here? Blazek left all alone. He drives in, and he got fouled. It's a block. And it's going to be called on 22, Terhardt. And that's his fourth. Fouls continuing to pile up here on both sides. Now Cameron Blazek shooting two very important free throws. Swishes the first. Blazek's now made 5 free throws in this game. Can he add another one? That would tie the game for the Spartans, and he does. Now can the Spartans get a stop on the other end against Christian Kuntz? He lost the ball. It's out off him. Spartan ball. It's hard not to feel the energy in this gym right now. That's why I'm making these emotional calls. It may just be a meaningless regular season game, but for this team, it could be a huge win. Mustangs coming with a half-court trap. Martineau feeding for Critchley, who was open for Kenny. Back outside, Martineau shows the three and stops. 20 to shoot. Hyatt Martineau has it, takes a screen from Kenny. Drives to the basket, hop step, had a layup and passed it out, and it's stolen by Kuntz. Back the other way, and one for Christian Kuntz, a big layup, and Critchley just fouled out of the game. Another run-out layup for Christian Kuntz. Critchley indeed picks up his last, so they will have to make a substitution here. Keaton Hogue is already out of the game, so they need to get somebody in the game for Critchley. And they will send in Blaine Anderson. So Critchley played a great game, but unfortunately committed his final foul on a layup. That will result in Sheyenne being up by only 2 as he misses yet another free throw. Do the Spartans have a response? Blazek has it against Kuntz. Martineau thought about the three. Now trying to create space. Flips it up, missed it, rebound, and it's nearly taken away by Anderson, and coming up with the ball is Hajrik. 1:11 to go. Spartans can still play straight up defense, but they need a stop. Westfall has it against Anderson. Blazes past him, missed the layup, rebounded inside by Hajrik, he's fouled. And who's that going to be on? It's on Carlson. If that was on Kenny, that would have been his last. It's Carlson's third instead. And now Hajrik, just a 41% free throw shooter coming into tonight. Very important free throws now for him. Got the first one. Makes it a 3-point game. And now Westfall is going to check out here for Sheyenne. And now a huge free throw coming with under a minute to go in regulation. Big box out situation for Fargo North. And both free throws are good. 2 clutch shots at the line from a 41% free throw shooter. Spartans need a bucket in any way, shape, or form. Inside for Sawyer Kenny. Against Hajrik, finishes at the rim. 2-point game here, and the clock's running. And the Spartans need to foul. And the Spartans trying to give it with Martineau. They can't. They can just run the clock out here. It's only a 3-second difference between shot and game. And Kuntz gets fouled here by Martineau. So a lot of time trickled off the clock, and now there will not be a shot clock for the remainder of regulation. Christian Kuntz came in shooting 81% and has really struggled at the line uncharacteristically in the second half. Trying to put his team back up by 2 possessions. Got the first. Shooter's roll on the first one. As the Mustangs trying to earn their 11th victory of the season. Got the second one. More ice in the veins of Christian Kuntz. Now the Spartans need another quick bucket in any way, shape, or form once again. Martineau on the screen and roll will finish at the rim. It's a 2-point game, and a timeout will be taken by Critchley to set up this defense. It'll be a full. 85-83, and the Spartans in desperate need of a steal here.
It takes me, on my home internet, it takes me like 6 to 8 hours to upload just 6 minutes of highlights.
So
I think I'll have to take
this
game.
I'll have to command a lot of attention, absolutely. Depending on the length, we may not even be done yet. We may not even be 17 seconds from finishing here.
But I mean, as far as the full game, I'll just have to go up to the school at Candu and upload it there. Just to upload the whole game, that'd be several days for that connection to get done.
Well, obviously, if you're watching it, it's after the fact. So this game's taking place on January 23rd, 2018. And a fantastic game here in the second half of our boys-girls doubleheader. Christian Kuntz is going to inbound here for Sheyenne, as We Will Rock You was playing from the Spartan Dome airwaves. And now we got a run-out layup here from Blake Berg, and he's going to score. Clock's still running here with 13 seconds to go. 4-point lead. Martineau for 3. Misses it, and it's rebounded by Westfall, fouled by Martineau with 5.4 seconds left, and that may bring an end to this game. Great design off the inbound. Everyone thinking that the Spartans were at least the Spartans were thinking that they were going to try to inbound it short, and they go for the home run ball, and Zach Westfall can likely put this game on ice here with 2 free throws. First one good. 5-point lead now. And if this holds, which it should with only 5 seconds left, and Westfall misses the second one, Martineau's just going to take the ball. He will go end-to-end for a buzzer-beating layup, which will count. This game is over. Sheyenne wins 88-85 in an instant classic here in the Spartan Dome. Great effort from both teams, especially Fargo North being the prohibitive underdog. Not even supposed to be even close in this game on paper. A great effort nonetheless. And the Spartans will fall now, not able to get their 4th win on the season, now 3-10 and 3-9 in the Eastern Dakota Conference. They've had a couple close losses here to these EDC powers, which absolutely should be encouraging. nonetheless, their effort was not enough. So thank you all for watching tonight's game. And it'll be very interesting to see what ends up happening the rest of the way. The Spartans still proving their relative inexperience this season. And having Keaton Hogue foul out and Carson Critchley foul out and Sawyer Kenny being in foul trouble definitely didn't help out, but nonetheless, they gave it all they had.
You know, there were a couple of 4-point swings where it looked like North was going to get a basket, and then it ended up being a breakaway layup.
Christian Kuntz breakaway layups were a huge factor in this game at the final buzzer.
And I remember at least 2 of those fairly late in the second half.
No question
that's
about
8
it.
points.
Take those away, and we got a whole different scene in this building. See one right there. That was when the game was tied at 79, and the Spartans would not be able to take the lead from that point. So absolutely a great effort, and that's all we have. I still can't believe what I saw, and even though it ended up in a Fargo North loss, still a lot of positives to take away. So that's going to do it for us. Isaac Dienison and Jarrell Peterson on hand for a classic, and we hope to